I say, war comedy is just going to be comedy show. And these are the people promising you your future, your life. Oh, throughout. Then you turn around and then you expect them to what? My good that one is just the moment. I say, okay, fine. Okay, fine. I haven't seen anything he said that could possibly say, oh, yeah, I read something about. I mean, he explained something about his policy on this or that. Absolute nothing. You know that, oh. You know it, oh. Now, they do Ayon Ogbufo. Ayon Ogbufo means interpreter. Imagine, oh, Tifnumbu, when Bokuwari talk, whenever Bokuwari says something so stupid, you will see educated people. Now, them, they interpret. Listen, what Buhari is trying to say, I say, wala dentori Allah, is this not a problem? The president of Nigeria will need an interpreter. Why don't you let us break away and we can go and start using our own local languages to govern ourselves to real long? The president of Nigeria will speak English. He will still need an interpreter. They manage that one. Now they say Kolu need the interpreter too. Now somebody was telling me that whenever Kolu speak, the reason why I am always criticizing him when he says something is because it requires intelligent people, very, very intelligent people to understand Tinubu. I say, wala de. Wala de, oh. We will have to go to school to understand whatever Tinubu say to us. Like, are you for real? For example, in just today, Tinubu, you remember that expiring permanent voters card. You remember that? They explained it. Give me a sec. I want to sneeze. Excuse me. Sorry. So they explained it to you. They explained to us. What he was trying to say is because river and all that. Now, today, you remember the climate change, solution to climate change is can be described as church rats eating the Holy Communion and then cutting down wood for firewood. At the end of the day, educated people, I want we really be Bele lecturers, Mumu lecturers, Mumu Madus. They are interpreting. My ego is because you don't have intelligence. The narrative, the parable, I say, wala ti debai. So we will need an interpreter for Tifnumbu. It's just I don't even know how they are going to interpret this one. When Tifnumbu writes in their, in their presence, and he said, God bless PDAPC. But the action of this man, Naim must me. Look at it.
God bless PDAPC. APC.
And they package jam. They know say he is invalid. They know that he has dementia. They know that he dey pee for body. Sure, you get all these things are medical things that they have to package. They know that he no get sense anymore. If he's talking, he's going to talk off track, everything. They just have to come in. But because of waiting, then they chop. As they are giving you 2,000 naira to attend their rallies, the people that are giving you the 2,000 naira, do you know how much they collected? The millions they have collected. When you show up in large number, they have delivered. They can go and buy latest Benz. Now they will be your leader. I say, we are the one who organized the Akure rally for Ashiwaju. I saw crowd. I fear. People love Ashiwaju, go. If you stay Akure, you go fear. Meanwhile, the Were collected money. The money he collected, he organized into in his own small space. Boss, yele tomako sinu gala tomako fun yin as well as la casera tomako fun yin temamu and then 2,000 naira temamu pada lo sile lale. After they gave you 2,000 naira, they are cashing out big way, and on social media, they have enough money to buy data so that they can now post all of your pictures and pictures of your fathers, your mothers, your uncles, the people that somehow, your pastor or your babalawo or mamalawo or your afa is telling you they are behind your unfortunate existence, your poverty. It can't be like say that it can't make sense, so but not be spiritual level. Sure, you get. You are on social media, you are saying, go guy, on your mandate we shall stand. The people that are posting the pictures that they call influencers, who give your mama, your papa, who gave your uncle, your auntie, jobless uncle, jobless auntie, poor mama, poor papa, for different parts of Nigeria, and they mobilize them into a center where they have no idea what the people up there are saying to them. They have no idea. Sure, you get, but they will collect 2,000. The people sharing the photo that you are hailing. Anyway, let's come back. And as they collect your money, they bounce, they enjoy them. Sure, you get. Just remember, sometimes Mokuna watch waiting you they talk. Because I don't know what this person said that triggered the people of Jos. And because APC, Egbekegbe said, if we fail, stone us. It be like say day one, where Boko Haram was there, Tifnumbu was there, so many state governors were there, people were paid to come there. Are you with me? Baba, they can't talk about Muslim ticket, ni Jos. Muslim ticket, ni Jos. Now there wahala started. May I not waste your time.
Of salaries, payment of pension, payment of gratuities across the 27 states, and indeed
John now, we'll pay you now. Duala de kudi now. Duala. Kuje. Adeye kuje kubula. Duala, John now. Biko now. We go pay you now. Duala de kudi duala. Now waiting I hear be that too, but Ahmed is coming here tonight to come and tell me what they really say, what they actually said in that Duala. But it's not, is it hard? Did you not see them? They say some people they were fighting within that small space. And because they have this agreement, so they settled the you the mentor. Why do you always love to just get something to make you feel better when you can see it obviously? Like some said now Peter Obi and Atif could do them. Say now them tell people to attack us. You decrease people where you pay. You paid people to come to you. Let me see if I still have that clip. You paid them. They paid them. Look at this.
Now what is not food? Tura na shaju. Suka karbawo. As in these people are jobless. Babes, they inside though.
Ki ga wancan da nashi a hannu ki zoom in mana yawa kin gani
Kina nace
kai 3,000 kamar ku duke ki ga wannan da shi a hannu
ba na ma iya God forbid.
Sure you get. So they pay them. You know, even party members or people will be their party members. They can't go anywhere without being paid. You have to pay them. Now, what did they can say? If that rally was happening in Ibadan, you see the person that is shouting Douala, 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 the Kudi, the Kuje, and everything. Yeah. Hey, John and Lomamagbo, if it was Ibadan, you'll be here. Hey, John now. Hey, John now. Emma by Niger. Hey, Joe. Hey, Joe. Emma baby. Hey, Joe. I'm a fun no one. Eh, ban bebo boy, some boy come majokuta yen. Joe. But na Douala, Yakudi come, Yakudi in another other nonsense. You know, no get shame. Shame you get. Now people wait they beg Allah for. Inside that just rally. Now them go they abuse my yegun. Shut up your mouth. You will see February will defeat it and be defeat. All right. You are defeating yourselves. What happened to your 2015 defeat? What happened to your 2019 defeat? What happened to all the defeats that you have gotten yourself involved in? How far did that take you? You are defeating yourself. Douala. Ko ba je fun Douala to ni bi ile ni ni kure.
Don Allah ku daina. Don Allah ku daina. Don Allah ku daina. Don Allah ku daina. Me kano Allah ya daina. Jama'an tsaro ku yi hakuri ku daina duka bayanin nan. Jama'an tsaro ku yi hakuri. Please, security forces, I beg of you to stop beating these people. Inshallah, you should be okay. Don't Allah. Please.
Sorry, Jare, or Buruku with laughter. Then they imagine you where you go, you won't go collect 2,000 naira, or you collected 2,000 naira to go and collect condo beating for the same place where you wanted them. Say, I know support Muslim ticket, I know support Shetima, I know what they don't do also. They can say you decrease. On the beat you with stick. Ẹran ya ni ẹran ya. Goats wey be say them preserve them for beating. Ẹran ya. Efe je, efe la. You know what I mean? Efe je kini o, efe la. Like this. Anyway, mine is just to kind of point to you that That thing that you are investing your emotion, your time, your resources, the people you are looking at and feeling like they could probably pull a stunt, alaye of their life, but it's up to you. It will only life, you feel use and play kalu with them. As many of you, even some of you don't even get the choice to use your life play kalu. They don't use and play kalu already, don't empty. If you check them, what is the value of the life of a Nigerian? Who is a Nigerian? As a Nigerian, what are your rights? Where you go find them? And who they protect them? Who go give them to you? You know what I'm saying? I know my rights. Now from there you go to change and say, okay, sir, please, sir. Say you decrease. We are talking, you are talking about rights. If let's say you the mentor, you are still speaking grammar. Boss. Say, stand up there and say, sir. Please, sir. What about your right? Have you forgotten your right? I don't get right, sir. Please. I know say God will fight for me. So what makes you a Nigerian? What's your value? Except the value you place on yourself, which is no value. I love the fact that self-worth is good, right? You can feel like, I know my worth. My ego. They cannot try anything with me. I don't take any nonsense. Now you go they call, say, help me. They don't they carry me, they go where I don't know when the criminals who are not, they don't give a damn. If you are going to die, you will die. For asking them that that's Nigeria you are living in. The place whereby even if you scream, hey Joe, help me, you go still get either beaten, jailed, or even killed. And what is the value of a citizen of such country to beat his chest and say, I am proud of like, are you sure? Brag. When Nigeria enter, when they knock at your door, when these rogues come, you realize that you know what anything. Now, so you go scream, help.
I will not allow you to. Help me. If they carry me, they go, we are not know. Help me.
Come out for road, come out for here. That's Nigeria. Help me. Now waiting. Now the shege that Nigeria system is showing our citizen. That is why today you have so many activists. Any small thing. I love your work. You are a good activist. I love the fact that you are fighting for us. I say, I beg, when you see all the activists, people will be say Nigeria they show shege. All of us, Nigeria they show all of us shege. Now different kind of category of shege. And now we they cope. That one not automatically. You know, the shege, they make many of us speak out. The shege, they bring the talent of what you go call them activism in us. I love this Mayego. He's very blunt. Papa na Nigeria shege. You know, make me an activist. That's why I said when you pick all the people who say Nigeria shege, don't turn to activists. I beg come out me. Okay? I am somebody where we say I am just trying to make sure that the shege never to touch me. Before he finally touch me, shock me, hold me, I don't even talk again. Una go remember say that guy, that guy, that Mayegu. I remember when it was still like when the shege never hold him, whether Nigeria never grab him. He's a very brilliant and then blah. I know they fight for you. I am asking you that we should hold our hands if we want to be honest to ourselves. If we want to be honest with ourselves, right? We hold our hands. We fight together because we have common enemy, same enemy. The same enemy that has done this to us. These are the people, the same enemies that have done this to us. They come from all of our tribes, from all of our ethnic nationalities, from all of our religious, doctrines, and then everything that link us to the society we call Nigeria today. So if you know yourself as a victim, a citizen that they have actually dehumanized so much, demoralized, and the self-esteem completely dwindled and destroyed, some of you still get some. That's why you tell yourself, I know my words, Baba. If they say DSS, they outside your gates, inside your own house, you go on the hide. Imagine no be another person also. They say, we are looking for comrade, fire for fire. I say, they live here. I say, now here they live, Now here they live, Now in front tell us, now here they live. We are DSS. We are looking for comrade, fire for fire. The one where they take nonsense. Say, you know, they live here. If we look inside this, I will not go see them. See, you know, they see my pick. You know, they live here. You know what I'm saying, Abby? Or you don't? Some of you are very kind of, you love living in denial, but it's fine. So the point here is this. Now all of us go see the shege. But if we hold hands and we understand that fighting these criminals, you can't fight them using the same system they put in place, the same system that they are mastering. You can't beat the house when you go to any casino. You can't. Yeah, you may win something that make you feel like, yeah. But Baba, you cannot win against the house. The house will let you win as much as they want you to. And if you are becoming a big threat, then they take the whole place back again. So definitely you can't beat them in their game using their own rules and their own whatever. You know what I mean? PVC no go save you. I just thought I should remind you. But there is something bigger. Something bigger. Soludo dropped a bombshell. You have been seeing my face since. You know, in another 2-3 minutes, now my voice you go to hear. Some of you have read what Soludo said. Some of you have reacted to them. But for the sake of the diary, Yomi, you can sit back and relax. Pay attention to the words used by Soludo and where the intent or the motive for what he actually put out there. Peter Obi, an Igbo man who want to be president of Nigeria, want to ride on the back short, or what do they call them? On the back of the bro-beaten, traumatized, abused Nigerians, especially young people who believe that with a political revolution, they can change or turn the wheel of fortune of Nigeria towards them, away from the greedy elite. A very huge, ambitious dream. I like it. I like the fact that you can help me torment them. I keep saying that too, okay? Now, this didn't go well with the elite. They said Peter Obi he has nobody. He has, you know what I mean? He's not doing it the way they are normally doing it. In fact, Peter Obi is saying that he is not an Igbo president. Just to let you know, right? He said he's going to be a Nigerian, but he's a Nigerian candidate, not Igbo candidate for Nigeria president. But Soludo said it is time to tell the truth that many have now reacted to as coming from the position of pain. That somehow, Soludo feels like all the accolade you are giving Peter Obi, he doesn't deserve them. He didn't do anything. And according to the Obidients, Mayegu, this is pure jealousy. What did Peter Obi say after as well? I'll share that with you. So you won't see my face. You're going to hear my voice, right? But you will then see these two brothers who have decided, or should I say, one of them, who have decided to even call the Igbos Nazis. I couldn't spell the word in my description. Like I said, please, I'll do my best not to read too fast. Okay? And I will also do my best to make sure that I don't interrupt the reading. Okay? Too much. Because, I can't do without that. I always put my own jara in the middle. But whatever it is, if you have read it before, if you haven't, if you have seen reactions, if you haven't, please pay attention to these words used by Charles Soludo, the governor of Anambra, the state where Peter Obi come from. And according to him, Peter Obi is just seeking attention. According to Soludo, in fact, if every one of you should pay attention to what the elite sees Nigeria of today, Peter Obi attempting to be president, in fact, is to reduce Atifu's votes so that Tinubu can be your president. Plus or minus, I'll let you judge. It is a long read. Like I said, you can just listen. Meanwhile, we have nearly 2,000 of us on YouTube right now. And it is so shocking still that we only have less than 400 of us who find it actually worthy to like the broadcast, to like the video. I mean, I wish I'm not always going to be reminding you, but if you have forgotten, right, you can use this moment and do so and listen while I read this back to you. I have all I need, including Peter Obi's response to Charles Soludo in full. If you still have the time, relax. Let's start from word for word. Charles Soludo, who recently said Peter Obi's bragging right of investing money for Anambra is a pure waste because the investment today worth next to nothing, according to Soludo. But this has now prompted, and he also said that Peter Obi knows that he can't win and he won't win. But Peter Obi just want to ride on the, okay, you know what? Let me read rather. Word for word. History beckons, and I will not be silent. Part 1 by Shukuma, Charles Soludo. I read. My attention, hang on. Yeah. My attention has been drawn to some of the tirades on social media following my frank response during an interview on Channels Television regarding the investments Mr. Peter Obi claimed to have made with Anambra State revenues. Sadly, several of the comments left the issue of the interview to probe or suggest motives inferred from my response on investment that I am opposed to Peter Obi's ambition and therefore committed a crime for which the punishment is internecine abuse and harassment, even family. Some people even suggest that the gunmen who went to attack a checkpoint at my hometown on Saturday, 12th November, but were gunned down was part of the mob reaction. I used to think that for decent people, certain conducts are off limits and that in Anambra, politics is not warfare. Of course, as a Christian, I know that telling the truth can be very costly, even suicidal. Our Lord and Savior was crucified simply for telling the truth. The people did not want to hear. I promised that I won't be I won't be the usual politician and will not knowingly lie to the people. I am not an angel, but rather than knowingly repeat the same deceitful character that politicians are known for, I would leave public office. It is a vow I made to my God and to my family. Only God knows how many days I will be on this seat. But whether I am on it or not, I will always say it as it is. Knowing fully the suicidal consequences of telling the truth in a political arena, especially in a country where lying and deceit by politicians have become culture and celebrated as being smart. Ideally, I should just have laughed off the infantile exuberances, as many friends advised. I am used to this, having been in the arena for a while. I always reread the quotes, in quote, "The Man in the Arena" by President Theodore Roosevelt, 1910, to remind myself of the burden of public office. Several well-meaning Nigerians and Igbo called to advise that I should just ignore them. I respected the Igbo elder statesman who advised that I should just ignore what he described as Peter Obi and his social media mob according to him. Everyone knows that he is going nowhere, but they are looking for who to blame. After some 20 minutes of discussion, he advised that I should personally author a response just for the records. Everyone knows that I don't follow the wind, nor want to succumb to bullies, nor shy away from a good fight, especially when weighty matters of principles and future of the people are involved. One lesson I learned from my former boss and mentor, President Obasanjo, is never to be on the fence. I learned that one must always take a stand, for better or for worse. I do so with every sense of humility and leave history to judge. Most people have commended me for tactfully avoiding being drawn into the Peter Obi issue until now. Since I am now being forced into the arena on this matter, I have a duty and a right of reply, if only for the records, and to also give social media mob something substantive to rant upon and rain their abuses for weeks. If this preliminary response, in this preliminary response, there are some things I will refrain from saying here, because in the end, February, March 2023 will come and go, and life will continue. At the outset, let me state that this exhibition of desperation, intolerance, and attempt to bully everyone who expresses the slightest of dissent is reprehensible. This is Hitler in the making. When the revered Archbishop Chukwuma stated that in Enugu State, they were not obedient, he was ferociously bullied on social media. Any dissent is tagged a saboteur, or in my case, it could be that I want to contest for president after office, or that I am envious of Peter Obi. Soludo envious of Peter Obi with a question mark. Totally laughable, like with an exclamation mark. But this is the same person I was asking to return to ABGA in March 2022 and contest for president, and yet envious or doesn't want him to be president. This is madness. Seriously speaking, the obdurate attempt to muzzle the Republican Igbos to maintain the silence of the graveyard is antithetical to everything Igbo. It is not who we are. Insulting other ethnic groups and religions or denigrating others is certainly not the path to Aso Rock. If this is not checked, it may indeed endanger the future political and economic interests of the Igbo people. Soludo continue. In this time, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe was the undisputed all-time leader of the Igbos, but he had his arch rivals and even independent candidates won landslide elections against his party, NCNC, in Igbo land. Obafemi Awolowo had stiff opposition among the Yorubas, while Ahmadu Bello had his share of opponents in the northern region. Today, no one has accused Afenifere or other strong presidential candidates from the southwest of being anti-Yoruba because Tinubu is a frontrunner. No, yes, people have been accused of anti-Yoruba for saying they don't support Tinubu and they are Yoruba. So Soludo can shove that statement down his horrible truth. By the way, that's a lie. He's a politician. in Yoruba land, Yorubas are called, and Yorubas who don't support Tifnumbu are called Omali, bastards, enemy of Yoruba, and every other unprintable names. But let's continue. Strong, well, okay. Now, as anyone accused Kwakwanso and several other northern candidates of being anti-North for supporting Atiku as a full-blooded Republican Igbo man and Democrats. I don't even understand what that simply means. A full-blooded Republican Igbo man and then a Democrat. So that makes Soludo a Republican Igbo man, a Democrat Igbo man. Such a bollock. He said, I reject this despotic intolerance. That's what he said. Yes, I fully understand the anger of some urban and diaspora youth. Give me a sec. He said, yes, I fully understand the anger of some urban and diaspora youth and some Nigerians who are dissatisfied with the trajectory of the country or with the candidates of the major parties and wished other options, not knowing much about others. Some see Peter Obi as the contrast they wished for. I get the point. But this is a democracy. The minority will have their say, but the majority will have their way. Translating anger and social media agitation into political outcomes requires humongous work. Now, for full disclosure, let me state that Peter Obi, in fact, I'm going to come back for that. Now, you're going to do me a favor, right? If you haven't really liked this broadcast yet, I implore you to please do so, okay? Especially if you are watching on YouTube. My friends on YouTube, thank you very much as well for what you have done. Currently, we have less than 600 of us as well currently showing up, okay? But I will be quickly back. Give me a sec.
This is 2021. Some people are already getting ready to kill themselves over 2023. And they don't even know whether there will be 2023. They don't even know if there is 2023, whether they will still be around. There's nobody here who can say for sure that we will still be around by tomorrow. Nobody. It is God who determines who will still be around by 2023. Somebody said to me, sir, who do you think should be president in 2023? I said, president of where? He said, president of Nigeria. How are you sure there will be Nigeria in 2023? How are you sure? Can you swear? I pray there will be, so don't misquote me. But are you sure? Are you sure?
Are you sure? Are you sure? Anyway, let's continue with Soludo's. I hope you are actually following this, not just commenting. And I actually want you to listen. Listen to the word for word. If there's anything you are going to type in there, just like the broadcast, okay? We are over 2,000 on YouTube right now. But sadly, less than 1,000 of you were actually like, I don't know, maybe impressed or not. But thank you to every one of you who actually listened and you took a moment to go and like that video, okay? Thank you. Now, let's continue. For full disclosure, let me state that Peter Obi and I are not just friends. We call ourselves brothers, but we have political differences. That's true. He left ABGA for PDP. I mean, after his tenure as a governor, while I have remained in ABGA since 2013. During the last two governorship elections in Anambra in 2017 and 2021, he led the PDP campaigns, but ABGA won landslide in both elections. By the way, in 2016, he visited and proposed that I defect to PDP and contest the 2017 elections against the incumbent Willie Obiano. I declined. After my victory in November 2021, he called to congratulate me as I did to him in 2010. That is the Anambra way. We fight fiercely during campaigns, but share drinks. Share drinks at the next social event. After all, it was the great Zeke of Africa who taught us that in politics, there are no permanent friends or permanent enemies, but permanent interests, right? Soludo continues. We sat next to each other during the Emeka Anyaoku lecture at Nnamdi Azikiwe University on the 8th of March, 2022. And I made an offer to him to return to APGA and contest as its presidential candidate. Yes, I did. In my mind, it was the right, he said it was time for Igbos to organize their region politically before stepping out to bargain power with other organized coalitions. On his part, he tried to convince me that he expected APC to unravel, while PDP would be the only one standing. He debated and he proposed that we could meet later to discuss further. He attended my inaugural on March 17. A few weeks later, he requested and I obliged him to use the Anambra State Government House facility to launch his presidential bid under PDP. I was surprised to read in the newsletter that he had defected to Labour Party, a party with literally zero structure, thereby attempting to weaken the same PDP he saw as the savior a few weeks earlier. He paid me a courtesy call as the presidential candidate of Labour Party, and we had frank discussions. During our meeting, I reminded him of my proposal to him to come and contest under APGA. More importantly, I told him, possibly to his surprise, that I did not make the proposal in the belief that he will win in 2023, but that it would give us the opportunity to get our people organized as a bargaining force, with him leading the front since I was busy as governor. My immediate predecessor, Willie Obiano, had indicated to me that he was not disposed to contest an election. We noted that we were in opposing political parties. And in response to my direct question as to how I might help him, he requested that I should just ensure a level playing field and let the people decide. In fidelity, my government has provided the atmosphere for him and his supporters to operate freely in Anambra without any molestation. Compare with the treatment Labour Party, even in other southeastern states, and allowed these billboards, which are in many places wrongly placed, almost on the road. As a person, I have several shortcomings, but being petty is not one of them. We have shown him tremendous goodwill, which he did not extend to the same Labour Party when he was governor. Senator Ifeanyi Uba, as Labour Party governorship candidate in 2013, was denying the use of Ekweme Square for his rallies. Soludo wrote, someone reminded me that a mob has no head and hence cannot reason. He's referring to the Obidients here. He refers to Obidients as mob who have no head and they can't reason. So let's continue. Someone reminded me that a mob has no head and hence cannot reason. The same Peter Obi was one of those who told Igbo that APGA was the vehicle through which Igbos would organize to engage the rest of Nigeria politically. He was said to have sworn to Ojukwu and publicly that he would quit politics the day he leaves Apga. The rest is history. When he was the vice presidential candidate under PDP in 2019, the emotive train then dubbed the ticket for a more pragmatic approach. But the emotive blaze of the time held sway. We were vindicated afterwards. In 2019, when Atiku chose Peter Obi as his running mate, the political elite of Eastern Nigeria, including the business elite of Eastern Nigeria, they rejected him. They warned Atiku, no, we don't trust him. No, he's not one of us. We are never, you know what I mean? And this is Soludo, confirming that he said, we were vindicated afterwards. Are you with me? Continue. By the way, ABGA is Nigeria's third largest political party today, according to Soludo, which statistically is true. Sure you get. Political parties' strength are measured by the number of areas they control politically and the government they control through that political party. So it's technically right for that. So let's continue. According to Soludo, he said it is the only other party. Okay, I'll take that again. ABGA is Nigeria's third largest political party today, after APC and PDP. It is the only other party with a state governor and third largest presence at the National Assembly. And some people have the temerity to suggest that ABGA's candidate should step down for Peter Obi as the Igbo candidate. Sorry, that's how Soludo asked the question, right? That you have the temerity to ask them to step down for Peter Obi? Are you serious? Okay. I wonder when Igbos met to choose a candidate. They even argue that after all, ABGA supported President Jonathan and did not field a candidate then. Well, the fact, as I was told, was that no candidate showed interest under ABGA then. Besides, ABGA's unwritten rule then was to support the party at the center, which, if we apply this time, should actually be APC. But we have our own candidate. Recall that all the political parties had their primaries during the same period. Once Peter Obi realized that he won't get the presidential or vice presidential ticket of PDP, he ran to Labour Party, a political party known as a transit camp for aspirants who lost primaries in APC, PDP, and ABGA. And the chorus by a vociferous minority now is the Labour Party has become the Igbo project, and the ABGA candidate who emerged the same time as Peter Obi should step down. Ridiculous, with exclamation mark. Now I truly understand that a mob cannot reason. That one enter. Obedient, you they watch. And I realize I don't see the reason why all of you are so angry. So angry. But let's continue. They say you be mob. You know the reason. You know get egged. I know say all of them don't reply, but anyway. Let's continue. When will Igbo understand and learn politics? This is Soludo asking. Especially of Nigeria. When Bola Ahmed Tinubu defied the political wind of the time and stood out as the only man standing in AD and later AC before ACN against a sitting president of Yoruba descent. No one accused him of being anti-Yoruba. Indeed, everyone recalls that both Tinubu and President Obasanjo disagreed politically, which is true, and probably still disagree. But none is being accused of being anti-Yoruba. Under Tinubu, the Southwest strategically organized under a different political party, the ACN, and went into a formidable alliance that kicked out a sitting president in Africa. And that alliance is not broken yet. Igbos, in their frenzied Nzogbu politics, have sadly found themselves in a political cul-de-sac. Tragic indeed. When will my people smell the morning coffee? Soludo asked. Let me now address the substance of my response. Now he wants to talk about why he said Peter Obi's investment is gone. It's next to nothing. Let me now address the substance of my response during the interview. And I stand by what I said. On record, I doubt that any governor in Nigeria has paid as much tribute to his predecessors as I have done during campaigns and in. I always said that all of them did well and to the best of their abilities. Yes, Peter Obi was governor for 8 years, 2006 to 2014, during a period of unprecedented oil boom and prosperity in Nigeria. In bracket, Nigeria economy was growing at average of 6.8% per annum, and oil price was highest during this time, according to Soludo. Remember, he's a former governor of Central Bank, yeah? I have seen all kinds of funny comments and interpretations regarding what I said about the value of his investments. Some refer to Submiller and Bandy, all kinds of figures as to how the investment of $12 million is now worth more than $3 million. Of course, there is room for legitimate debate about the logic or quality of the investment. For example, people might differ as to the propriety of using taxpayers' money to promote a company in which one is a shareholder in the name of investment, or even whether so-called savings are warranted when there were dozens of schools without roofs or classrooms, or local government without access roads, or hospitals without doctors and nurses. A bishop recently publicly advised that I should please try to construct the Ngige type of quality roads, stating that the roads done by his successor, that is Peter Obi, had washed off, while Ngige's roads remained. I promised, and we are delivering quality roads that Anambra has not seen before. Soludo. He continues. For sure, prudence in public resource management is desirable, and we are opening new frontiers in that area. People will, however, differ as to whether saving money in the bank account is a KPI, which is key performance indicator, for a government where poverty is escalating, except where its institutions for absorption are weak, or where the government has no robust big agenda for transformation. Government exists to save lives, not to save money. We can debate and differ on this. By the way, I know when and how it is appropriate to save money. As I built Nigeria's foreign reserve from $10 billion I inherited to all-time $63 billion, and even after paying $12 billion, to pay off Nigeria's debts, external debts, and going through unprecedented global financial crisis, I still left about $45 billion. Go and verify. Soludo to the Obidients. I know say Una don't verify a lot of this thing. All of them have come back to show to us that, well, this is Nigeria, where you can read about billions and billions, where they will tell you are doing well. But when you look at yourself, you feel like they are talking about a different country. Are they talking about me? Are they talking about us? They said we are doing fine. Are these people mad? It is called Nigeria, and it is not called Nigeria. I mean, sorry, it is not just being called Nigeria for no reason. So let's continue.